Sometimes, a single question has the power to turn your life upside down. It's like switching on a light in a dark room, suddenly revealing things that were always there, but that you couldn't or didn't want to see. This question can show up when you least expect it, and when it does, it stirs something deep inside you. Maybe you've felt this before, that lingering doubt that keeps echoing in your mind, refusing to let you rest until you face the truth. Today, I want to bring you exactly that kind of question. A simple question, but one that, if you have the courage to truly answer, could completely change the way you live from this moment on. Welcome to Beyond Words, your daily reminder to see life differently. Here, we talk about reflections that cut through the noise, ideas that make you stop for a moment and truly think about where your life is going. No complicated theories, no endless talk. Just words that connect, that speak to the part of you that's been waiting to hear something real. Today, I want you to pause for just a few minutes. Forget your to-do list, the notifications, the rush. Because the question I'm about to ask you isn't just another question, it's the kind that gets under your skin, the kind that stays with you until you face it. And once you do, you might see your life in a completely different way. Most of us live life almost without realizing it. Waking up, doing what's expected, checking tasks off the list, and going to bed, only to repeat the same cycle the next day. It feels comfortable, even safe, but somewhere deep inside, there's a quiet voice asking, is this truly the life I want? At first, it's easy to ignore that voice. You tell yourself you're too busy, too tired, or that now isn't the right time to think about it. But the more you silence it, the more it finds ways to be heard. It's like carrying an invisible weight. On the outside, you might be smiling, keeping up with responsibilities, and doing what everyone expects. But inside, there's a feeling you can't shake, as if something important is missing. And maybe, just maybe, that feeling is a sign. A sign that it's time to stop moving on autopilot, take a step back, and ask yourself if the life you're living is truly yours, or just the one you fell into without noticing. Life is like a river, always moving, always carrying us somewhere. If we never stop to check the current, we might wake up one day far from where we ever meant to be. At first, the drift is so small you don't even notice it. You think you're in control, paddling toward your dreams, but little by little, the current of routine, obligations, and other people's expectations pulls you in another direction. And then one day you look around and realize you're not where you thought you'd be. You've been flowing with the current instead of steering your own course. It's not that you've done anything wrong. It's just that you haven't been truly awake to where you're going. That's why sometimes we need to pause, look around and ask, am I still heading toward the life I want, or have I been drifting without even knowing it? I once met a woman who had spent over 20 years working in a career she didn't truly love. On paper, her life looked perfect. Stable job, nice house, steady income. But when she talked about her days, her eyes had no spark. One afternoon, a friend asked her a simple but piercing question. If you weren't afraid, what would you be doing right now? She froze. No one had ever asked her that before. That night, she couldn't sleep. The question kept echoing in her mind. She remembered her childhood dream of owning a bakery, the smell of fresh bread, the joy of creating something with her own hands. It had always been there, quietly waiting. Within a year, she left her job and opened her bakery. She told me she had never felt so alive. One question had pulled her out of a life she had been merely enduring and into a life she truly loved. Now I want to place that same question in your hands. Forget, just for a moment, all the reasons you think you can't change your life. The fear of failing, the weight of responsibilities, the doubts planted by others. Imagine you woke up tomorrow and all those barriers were gone. No judgment, no risk of loss, no voices telling you can't. In that version of your life, what would you be doing right now? Not in a distant future, but today. This question can feel uncomfortable, even a little scary, because it shines a light on the gap between where you are and where you truly want to be. But that's where the magic happens, in that honest space between reality and desire. So, take a deep breath and let yourself picture it clearly. If fear had no power over you, what would your life look like? Hold that image close. It might just be the first step toward making it real. Sometimes it's not the big changes that transform our lives. It's the courage to face one small but powerful question. We spend so much time looking for answers in the outside world, but the truth is, the most important answers are already inside us. All they need is the right question to wake them up, and when that happens, it's like turning a key that opens a door you didn't even know was locked. So maybe you don't need to have it all figured out right now. Maybe all you need today is to hold on to that question and let it guide your next step. Because when you dare to answer it honestly, you might just discover a version of yourself you've been longing to meet. And that, more than anything else, could change your life forever. If this question stirred something inside you, don't let it fade away. Carry it with you into tomorrow and see what changes when you start living with it in mind. And if today's reflection spoke to your heart, join me here again tomorrow, because every day we'll explore another idea that could shift the way you see your life. Subscribe, stay close, and let's keep asking the questions that truly matter. Because sometimes one honest question is all it takes to open the door to the life you've been waiting for.